Alright. We got a girl, some lights, and a camera. But the question is, where do we put these lights to make our shots visually more interesting? Well, that starts with the most fundamental technique in lighting, the three-point light setup. Hey folks, Jordy here for Cinecom.net and welcome to the creative filmmaking channel here on YouTube. If lighting is a hassle for you, then let me brighten up your day and show you how the three-point lighting is done. This setup is where it all starts from. From here you can further experiment with light. As the name says, we're going to need three lights. And there's not really a rule on which type of light you have to use because that depends on the mood you like to create, the look and feel. But for this tutorial, let's start with something natural that you can use, for example, during an interview. The first light is called the fill light, which has a purpose to fill the room with a global light, brighten up the scene and, of course, the subject. It shines on the talent's face, but to make it more dynamic, we'll place it either on the left or the right side. Be careful, though, that the light isn't too intense. For a natural setup, you want the fill light to be a soft source. So what I'll do is attach a soft filter in front of the light, which makes Kim look a lot better. Next comes the key light, which also is positioned in front of the subject, next to the fill light. It's going to brighten up the other side of your talent's face. Sometimes a harder light is used, but I like to soften it as well, definitely for corporate interviews, which we do a lot. Now, since we have two lights with a soft filter standing on the same place, the lighting on Kim looks very flat. The purpose of the key light is to make sure that one side of her face is brighter than the other. So you can either play with the distance of the lights or just swap your key light with a stronger source. And right away we get a more interesting shot. And the last light source from the three-point lighting is the backlight, which obviously sits behind the subject. Since we have chosen to place the key light on the left, we're going to place the backlight on the right side behind the subject. This will create a nice highlight on the hair and the shoulders. As it's coming from the back, this light doesn't have to be diffused so quickly. It sets the subject loose from the background, creating more depth. Now, whether you have the latest light kit or just something from the Home Depot, this principle works with anything. Just be creative and try different things with this three-point lighting principle. Thank you for watching.